I am Vinnie Tortorich. Folks, your good intentions have been stolen, but don't worry. I'm here to help you get them back. You may be soft and succulent at the beginning of this process, but hang in there. Before long, you will be lean and mean, guaranteed. Just like the woman on the other mic. I'm talking about the beautiful, the vivacious Miss Anna Vocino. Yeah. He was counting sheep, Anna, but he was running out. I didn't know you could run out of fictitious sheep. Did you?
No.
That's never made sense.
I call bullshit.
Yeah, I call bullshit on you. Green Day, I think you were bullshit.
What's the same Billy Armstrong? Billy Armstrong, I call bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Brain stew. Okay. Yeah, no, bullshit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it is NSNG.
It is. Brain stew is NSNG because the brain is mostly made up of fat, cholesterol, this kind of stuff, brain matter. I never know. Whenever, it's like, what happened? Oh, his brain matter was splattered all over the wall. When they do these shows on television.
I don't enjoy that.
Yeah, they talk about that. Brain matter. They never say, his liver matter was, yeah, it's your liver.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this is really gross. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about brain matter splattering or liver matter splattering because anything I was going to say was so gross that I was like, nope, I'm not going to say those words out of my mouth.
Liver matter, but they don't say liver. They just say liver.
Your liver matters, Vinny. I want you to know your liver matters.
I'm doing a T-shirt as soon as this is over with.
Talk to your healthcare provider about your liver. Your liver matters. Here at NSNG Fitness Confidential, your liver matters.
I'm smelling a T-shirt. Liver matters.
Well, you always say your liver doesn't know the difference.
Yeah.
Hey, Anna.
Yeah.
Your liver doesn't know the difference.
Yeah, your liver does. Your liver's the original OG. I guess you wouldn't say original OG because that's what the O and OG means.
The original. Well, it is the original OG because it is the original gangster.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it. Green Day. I'm done. All right, folks. Go check out Amazon. The new movie's out, and that's where we're
Dirty Keto is on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, go get that right now. We're doing this show.
Review it.
Yeah, you got to go review it. We're so far ahead right now, and we have to stay ahead because I'm still on the chemo.
Right.
And we like to stay ahead when I'm on the chemo because
what's your cancer? Do you want to give us a cancer update?
What's
your numbers talking about?
Well, I didn't get them done yet because yesterday was a holiday, and I went in to do my blood work, and they said, no, we don't. And I said, hey, I literally said to the woman, cancer doesn't take a holiday.
That's your T-shirt.
And here's the
deal. Just so you know, cancer doesn't take a holiday.
And
why should you?
She actually had an answer for me.
She goes, she did.
Are you here for an infusion? I said, no, I'm here to do my blood work. She goes, yeah, no, we're just doing infusions today.
Okay.
I was like, all right. I've had enough stuff shoved in me. Please, no more infusions. Yeah. So
you don't know. You don't have an update. Well, what was last week's update?
Stable over the week before. So it didn't go up or down. It was just stable, which is a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Going down is a bad thing.
Right. We want what is it? What do we want to go up? And what do we want to go down? We want neutrophils and eosinophils to go down.
No, they want the neutrophils to go up.
Up.
There's not just neutrophils. There's like 13 things they look at, or 15. I counted them when I was looking at them. I didn't know what I was looking at.
Right.
Right. Like you don't know, but you can look at the week before and go, okay, you know, it was this the week before, and now it's still this. So hopefully this week, those numbers will improve. And
that's what we want.
And look, I'm feeling better. You
just still have a lowered immune system, so you can't do things like kayak or row or go to the gym, right? You can only work out at home.
Yeah,
go for walks and runs.
Yeah, I'm verboten to go to, is it verboten? Yeah, I guess.
Ja, das ist verboten.
So I can't go to the gym because, you know, there's too many germs and, you know, you touch a machine and then you stick your finger in your nose as one does or something
Right.
like that. I mean, that's
You rub your
25
eye, you get the infection in the
hours,
eye, and it spreads to your whole body. Yeah. You don't want
exactly. So it really, it's that bad. And you go, why can't you kayak? Well, I can kayak, but let's say I tip out of the boat, which I haven't tipped out of a kayak since my days out in the Pacific, right?
that. I
Where
know,
you're
but the one time,
it
let's say
would be
you
my
do.
luck. Yeah.
Right.
The doctor said, don't go out. You know, he even said, he goes, does water ever splash in your face? I was like, yeah, sometimes the paddle brings the water up high and it splash. He goes, yeah, don't do that. And of course, rowing, there's a greater chance of ending up in the drink. So that's
Yeah.
out.
Just to get some protozoa floating around that might
Yeah, just
be an
anything
infection.
the body would normally fight off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the ability to fight it off right now. So that's where I am. And I'm just doing what I have to do. Yesterday, not yesterday, but several days this week, I was able to go 90 minutes on my spinner.
That's got to have felt good.
Yeah, which is more time than I had. And I felt good. I was very tired, but then I was able to go 90, and I didn't. I went an hour and 5 on the rowing machine. The rowing machine takes a little more out of you because you're working like 80, maybe 90% of your muscles somewhere.
I was going to say you're working most of your body, if not all.
Yeah. And even though I keep the heart rate about the same on both, somehow the rowing machine will wear you out more.
Yeah.
So
Are you working your liver matter when you do that?
Oh, yeah. You're always working your liver matter.
Right.
Folks, go back a couple of weeks. Dr. Kate Shanahan, and she says hi, Anna.
Oh, good.
She was on the Friday show. And I told this to Kate on the air. Like, people write to me all the time on Twitter and Instagram, and they'll say, oh, by the way, remind me to read the douchiest Instagram in the history. Like, it will never get any worse than this douche. So I
love it. I love it.
Remind me right after this.
Okay. During the show or after?
So right,
Are we reading on the air?
Everyone needs to hear.
Everyone needs to enjoy the douchiness.
Yeah.
The douchosity.
Yeah. Okay. You're going to love this.
I can't wait.
All right. So I'm going to have you read it.
Oh, wonderful.
You know what, Anna? I want you to go find it. If it's
on that one that has 4,000 comments, I'm not going to be able to find it.
It's the one that just came out with Bill Walton, who just passed away yesterday. So I put the little video of me and Bill Walton together, and there's only about 7 or 8 comments.
Okay.
You'll find it. And I want you to find it. You'll notice, just find the douchiest comment you've ever read. You'll know when you get to it.
Okay.
All right. So Kate was on, and I was like, Kate, people always ask me on the social media, they go, hey, have you ever heard of this Kate Shanahan? It's like, yeah. We introduced her to the internet pretty much. She and Luke used to go over to Anna's house when we used to record at Anna's house.
That's right.
And we would record and hang out a little bit. Right? That was back in the day. Early Kate Shanahan. We were the first people to bring her on. There are a lot of people like that. Sean Baker. People go, oh, what do you think about Dr. Sean? I had him over to my house before anyone knew who he was to do a recording. It sounds like I'm tooting my own horn, but yeah, no, we know all
these. You're the keto rainmaker.
Yeah. Someone asked me about Anthony Chafee the other day. Yeah. We're almost buddies now.
Anthony Chafee, who's so sweet.
Yeah.
But we had to go somewhere during KetoCon, and he kept wanting to talk to you, and we're like, I got to go. You had to turn him away because we had another thing we had to go do.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Lauren had to come up and grab you away. And I hated doing it because I love the guy. But it was like, I'm sorry, we have to go. He's got another thing. Yeah. And I was like, I can't do it. I love Anthony. So I made Lauren do it.
I think Anthony and I would be friends in real life. Is kind of the weird thing. So yeah. He's like me, except he looks like me, except he's buff and younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's
the younger version of you. Yeah.
He's got some muscle on him. He's good looking piece of man right
He's
there.
rather tall, right? If memory serves.
Yeah. I think he's probably 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
He's an athlete and a medical doctor. Ladies, I don't think he's married.
He had a woman with him.
And he still does. I think they're very much in love.
Okay. Well, then, ladies, back off.
That doesn't stop the ladies. I've seen The Bachelor. I see what
That's
they do.
true.
Oh, women can they can duke it out. That's correct.
Love it. Go for it, ladies. Do what
Did
you
you
need to
find
do.
the douchiest text of all douche texts?
I did. It's not the douchiest I've seen.
I mean, but the man died yesterday. It's like, number one, I never knew that. I never knew
People
this
say
was an
horrible
issue.
things.
Whoever knew that this was an issue?
Hold on. I'm going to back it up and say this.
All
Do you
right.
remember years ago when Patton Oswalt's wife died?
Yeah, I do.
Horrible tragedy. I
Yeah.
believe she was like somewhere between 45 and 49, like somewhere in there.
Very young, yeah. And
Yeah.
she
And they
was
had a
she was
year-old at the
sleuth.
time.
She was sleuth. She figured out one of these murderers. Or something.
Yeah, she was a true crime writer.
Right.
I want to say her name was Alice, but that could be their kid's name. I can't remember. I too was like, holy shit, what the hell? I love Patton Oswalt. I went to his Twitter profile to see if there's any, because the thing that we need to know as humans is when somebody dies, you always have to say cause of death because we need that closure, right? We need to know what that is.
Right.
And so whenever there's a story like so-and-so died, immediately like, how? What did they die of? You want to know. It's just part of the information you need to know. And there wasn't any information. They had to do an autopsy on her. And so basically Patton Oswalt's like, my wife died and, chill out and respect my privacy at this time kind of statement. Just awful. We have a 7-year-old, so don't be a dick. And the very first comment was, I bet you killed her. That was the very first comment on his Twitter profile when he announced his wife died.
To know that those people are in the world.
What?
Yeah, those people are in the world.
Whoever does that for fun, I hope that your space in hell has shrunk a little bit at least.
I don't get how.
How could you write that?
Listen, you've heard me say before, I would like to invite people who have said things about me personally that don't know me. I would like to go to a bar and have a drink with you.
Oh, absolutely.
I would love to sit across from you and have you say that to my face. And I'm not saying that in the say it to my face, bro. I'm not saying that. I would just like to sit there and casually have a drink with you. I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to do anything.
No, not over words.
I just want you to look at me, look in my eyes, and say what you wrote. And I guarantee you they won't be able to.
No, they can't do it. No, they won't do it.
Without going, dude, I really
Sarah Silverman.
Bro, I really respect you, but you know you were wrong. No, I want you to say the words you said without any other pretense or pretext or anything else. Just say those words again. I want you to look me in the eye and say them. And I guarantee you, most of these MFers could not get the words out of their mouth. Period. End of story. Would you disagree with that?
I 1000% agree. But so the wonderful Bill Walton passed away yesterday. I did not know that until you told me just now and I saw the Instagram. So condolences to his family. So you're talking about this guy, Fonz wrote.
I can't remember his name, but read the tweet if you think that's it.
If that man was 6'11", as he always so famously claimed, I've got a bridge I'd like to sell you, ... He shall be missed, heart emoji. He kind of tried to save it with the he shall be missed heart emoji part. That's why I say it's not the douchiest.
That's what makes it even worse.
You think?
Yeah, because he's being
because he knows that
he dead man. But okay, was that ever in question that he and by the way,
I don't know. I don't know why that's a weird hill to die on, pun intended.
I'm 6 feet tall.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm standing next to him. It looks like I'm sitting in a chair. And he's standing up.
It does in the video. I was like, it looks like you're sitting in a chair and he's like standing over you. But really that's you standing next to each other.
If you tell me that the man was close to 7 feet, I'd go, okay. Yeah, I'm in. I believe that. Right? But that's the thing. This guy, a man dies and his height comes into question. They don't think nothing else that Bill Walton did in his life. The illustrious college and pro career, and then the guy was a great a presenter, as Serena would call him, a sports announcer, and on and on and on. Nothing. Oh, he claimed to be 6'11". Oh, okay. So what?
I get that, but the vibe I got from that comment was not douchey. It was a guy trying to be funny, but it wasn't an appropriate time to be funny.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to defend a total stranger on the internet because Lord knows.
I need to look up. What did you say his name was? Fonzie?
I don't know. I don't want to say a username on here. We should not do that. Vinny, don't do it. Don't get hung up on this.
I'm not, but I just want to see something here. I'm sorry, Anna. I'm sorry to bring the show down, man.
You're bringing it down, man.
Oh, yeah. This guy's got almost 2,000 posts. So he's been posting a lot. But he only has 190 followers, so he's killing it. There you go. There you go. Interesting. Anyway, Anna, what are we talking about today?
Questions?
You got
from listeners?
You
I
got
do.
questions, I got answers.
Okay, I'm going to start with something that I'm going to answer. My
so
friend Carol.
You're going to ask a question
of myself.
And you're going to answer it.
That's right.
All right. Well, you know what?
And then I'm going to let you talk after.
I'm going to just sit here.
Just relax. All right.
The espresso cup is
empty. Yeah, you're out of your espresso. You should have paced.
I should have thought. It's hard.
By the way, how is your appetite? Are you eating regularly? You have an appetite? You're good?
Yeah.
No, I think I'm trying to ask the questions that people logically have when they know somebody's going through chemo.
Should we do that? Before we get into those questions?
Oh, before we let Anna speak. Yeah.
Or you want to do your question or ask me questions that people might be asking because
I feel like I did, but that was one that I didn't ask in the moment. I meant to. We got distracted by a douchebag.
Very elusive, including my family.
Wait, your family thinks you're being elusive?
Yeah, with my cancer.
I don't think you are. I think you're being very forthright about it. I don't think you want to worry anybody because I know that's your type.
Yeah, no, people think that I down round and downplay everything because I don't want to upset people.
Right. I do think you do that, but I think that's a normal thing to do.
Right. But you can ask me throughout this podcast. You don't have to do it right now. You can ask me anything you want to ask me about cancer, and I will answer it truthfully.
But Vinny, here's the thing. I'm asking you about appetite stuff because chemo is famous for cutting people's appetites, but you are on a different kind of chemo. It was still the same strong chemo, but it was administered in a different way than last time you had cancer. Right, so therefore it's not affecting you the same. It's not making you as weak as it did before.
Right. So for that week and a half when they were just pumping it into me the whole time, my appetite got a little wonky. Right. And it was
plus you were having some steroids because you were having the reaction.
Well, that happened that was
the following week?
That was like the third week.
Okay.
Yeah. And all right. So the first week I had that. It wasn't as bad as last time. Same drug, but it wasn't like last time I couldn't eat. This time I was able to, I felt like eating at least once a day.
What did you eat?
Eggs and hamburger meat seemed to go down easily.
Yeah. That's my comfort food when I don't feel well. Hamburger meat feels good in the tummy.
Yeah. So we would just, brown up a lot of hamburger meat.
That's good.
That kind of thing. I was able to get, sometimes I didn't want to take the olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to stay on dietary ketosis. Not the olive oil,
I was like, what?
The coconut oil. Like I didn't want to spoon in the coconut oil, but it's okay because I started using, and this sounds like I'm doing an ad for me, but I'm not. I use my ultra fat because that's another way to get coconut oil into your system, your medium chain triglyceride.
Wait, I'm confused. I thought if you're in ketosis and you have straight coconut oil, you'll still be in ketosis.
Right. But I wanted to eat a lot of coconut oil just to get some energy from it and to.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't want to eat coconut oil because you wanted to stay in ketosis. Okay.
Sometimes I didn't feel like eating straight coconut oil.
Got it.
But
Got it.
luckily I
Okay.
used
Now I
my
understand.
ultra-fat, and I would just have like, if I had one
I
and I
love
felt
your ultra
okay with
fats.
it, I would have a second one. If I felt okay with that, I'd squeeze a third one in. You know,
Great.
just to,
That's a good way to get way better than drinking an Ensure. Are you kidding me?
oh God. But here's the deal. Like sometimes I didn't feel like eating anything, so I just wouldn't. And whenever that window happened where I felt hungry, I would test it. You know, like I said, I would do like one ultra fat that worked. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't do like 3 back to back. I would do, all right, that
Right.
worked. It's been about 20 minutes. Let
Right.
me try a second one. That worked. And wait another 20 minutes. And let's have a third one. By that time, you got, some calories in you, and you got a lot of, medium chain triglycerides, and I would feel fine again.
And what I've noticed when I have 1 or 2, and that's all I'm going to have, it's enough calories and enough fat where I can then take my multivitamin, my vitamin C, my D, all the stuff that I take of yours. And
Yeah.
I'm not taking it on an empty stomach, so I won't feel nauseous.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people have trouble. People ask me all the time, can I take your multivitamins on an empty stomach? Some people do.
Yeah, you can. I personally get nauseous if I do that on an empty
But,
stomach.
there's enough, B3 in there, niacin, that can actually cause a little bit of a niacin flush, which is not, it doesn't hurt
Oh,
anything. Some people,
it's just a nice flush.
bodybuilders love it because it shows their vascularity more, that kind of
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
So they like doing that. But I always take vitamins with food because they work synergistically with real food.
Yeah.
So, on top of my vitamins, like everyone else, I'm out of my own vitamin D, but that's back in stock now when this podcast comes out.
Good.
Um,
Can't wait to get mine.
Tons of water, tons. I keep filling up my little.
Oh, that's good. But
It's right
you're having salts with your water, right? You're not like.
Yeah, but instead of just putting the salt in my water the way I normally do it, I've been wanting to see the number of capsules I put in my mouth because I'll keep diluting the water down, and then how many did this? I want to
Right.
make sure.
This way you can track it.
And on most days, I've taken minimum 6, as many as 9 ultra salts every day. Anna, I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking out loud here.
Okay.
You said, "Are you nauseous or were you nauseous?" And I said, I was able to eat a lot more. I was able to drink a lot more water. My electrolytes were on point. All of my vitamins were on point.
Great.
And I had no nausea. And I was able
That's
to eat
amazing.
at the time.
Did your doctor tell you to expect nausea? Like, are you, on one side of the bell curve with this?
They give you Zofran and all of it. They give you nausea medication and everything. It's all sitting there.
But were other people who are going through this same protocol who don't have I'm just wondering, is there a correlation between your diet and your side effects?
I'm an N1 experiment.
You're an N1 experiment, but.
And it's such a rare cancer that, I don't know if there's much. I don't know what else they use cladribine for. I'm sure they use it in 20.
Is that the name of the chemo?
Yeah, they probably use it in tons of cancers. And some people get sick from it, some people don't.
Yeah.
Some people lose their hair from it.
Right.
I don't. I don't have much hair to lose, but
you're keeping what you got left.
I'm hanging on for dear life. People always ask me and say, "What?" It's like, are you kidding? Getting old is a badge of honor over here.
That's awesome.
I don't give a shit about any of it.
We're talking about nausea, keeping food down.
I was able to do that, but strategically, like if I didn't feel like eating, I would sit in my chair, close my eyes, relax into it, keep drinking water, keep getting electrolytes. And when I felt like I could eat something, I would.
Did you feel like, did you drop weight? Have you dropped weight?
Maybe a little.
You haven't weighed yourself.
I've lost some muscle.
Mm-hmm.
When I have my shirt off, I'm naked getting into the shower. My arms are smaller, and my trap kind of gone away.
Lifting at all, or are you kind of staying away from it right now?
No. Other than doing push-ups, a couple of pull-ups behind me, it was becoming too much to do aerobics and anaerobics. I do a small amount. I haven't done squats or anything because sometimes when I get up, I get dizzy. Not so much
Mm,
anymore. And you do squats or something like that, you'll get dizzy. I
right.
don't want to fall. I don't want to hurt myself.
Right.
I'm trying to heal myself, not trying to stay in some kind of perfect shape while I'm sick.
Right.
I've done abs a few times where I'll put the slings on the pull-up bar and just
Right.
do a set or two to failure whenever I feel it. Um, one day I pulled up my jump rope, and after 5 minutes, I was like, you know what? This isn't really working for me. So I stopped. So some of those things make you really depressed. Like I
Yeah.
got really depressed. So I would just stop and just take it easy. You have to be kind to your body in these situations. And
Well, okay. So another question that I got was confusion on the type of leukemia is hairy cell leukemia.
mhm.
Is it bone marrow cancer or bone cancer or blood cancer?
All leukemias are bone marrow, related to
A
bone
type
marrow.
of bone
Yeah,
marrow
because
cancer.
bone marrow is what feeds the blood.
Right. That's what, yeah.
So leukemia is always it's all over your body. It's no tumor. It's just all over your body. It's in the bone marrow, and if they can kill it there, then they can kill it off. And people with the ones that are way worse than mine, like non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and some of these,
Mm-hmm.
really really bad for people.
Because that gets into the lymph nodes,
Yeah,
right? And they can't.
all of it can kill you in different ways. I don't
Right.
I don't know anything about it, to be honest. But all of the leukemias will kill you unless you're treated. And look, the people who wrote the comments, I have another thing that's got like 40 or 50,000 views, and people say, "Oh, you didn't need chemo. You just had to go follow this vegan doctor. Oh, all you had to do was follow this keto guy." And it's like, okay, guess what? No, no, that's not what I did, and that's not what I'm going to do. And all of you people who think that somehow this was caused by the jab, as they say online, I had this cancer long before the jab. I've had it for 7
Everyone needs to stop playing armchair physician and let Vinny live his life. Okay.
And for the vegan who said the reason I got it to begin with is because I eat meat, fuck
Fuck
you.
off.
Yeah,
Fuck
just fuck
off.
you.
Fuck
Uh,
right off.
you can,
Go fuck yourself with a fucking lemon soaked razor.
you
Bye.
eat a dozen
Bye.
cakes that start with Genus, start with Anise. Sorry, Ann. Why did I say that?
Because you say that.
It's funny.
You're forgiven. You have cancer.
I got cancer. Playing my cancer card right
Yeah,
now.
exactly. Well, I will say this, Vinny, and
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this on the air, and you
Yeah.
might not like it.
Oh boy. Here we go,
Uh-huh.
Marguerite.
I worry about your stress level. And not just that the fact that like you can't exercise to your normal amounts. I worry because I know the stress that you've been going through over the past couple of years with some things.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing to manage your stress?
It's difficult. It's
Yeah,
difficult.
I know.
Look, I'm trying to get my vitamin company to where it used to be, where we're never out of anything, and we're getting closer and closer. And every month we get a little closer, and it all reflects on me because I'm the face of the company. It's my company, and I do appreciate everyone hanging around through this time, but there's no way to alleviate the stress. I try not to think about it, but it's on my mind. I don't like doing business like this,
I know.
and none of it. I hate sounding like this, but it wasn't my fault,
No,
right?
of course not.
Yeah,
And I want you to know something. The people who are with you are with you. And this is a time for you to be able to go, not that you're going to drop your eyes from the prize because you'll never do that. You
right.
work so hard and you're so integrous. That's why it hurts and is so stressful. But
Yeah,
what I'm telling you is we all know that about you.
but
We all know,
it still bothers
but
me.
you need to know that we know and we all support you.
We feel
Stop internalizing this stress. You have to stop.
we feel between 70 and 100 complaints a day right now because of the vitamin D, which is our bestseller. And I don't blame any of those people for complaining.
Of
I don't
course.
blame not
Of
one of them.
course.
By the way, that's back in stock when this show comes out. So this is 3 weeks early. But the bottom line is if we miss one of those complaints, because I actually fired a guy in my business because he just decided not to answer these people. And we handle these, Chris and I handle these personally.
Yeah.
But every now and again, an email will fall through the cracks. It just does.
Right.
And then I'll hear from that person on Twitter or somewhere else online, or Debbie will hear from it at Vinnie at VinnieTortorich.com or somewhere. It drives me insane.
I know.
Insane. Because I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at me.
Right.
I'm mad because
you want everybody to have a stellar experience, of course.
Right.
Of course.
And by the way, folks, keep sending me letters. I'm not telling you not to, but if it falls through the crack, it's because sometimes that happens. An email will come late in the day. It won't be seen. It'll get buried the next day. Something will happen where it won't get seen.
Yep.
And it just drives me insane.
It happens to all of us. It's okay. But what I'm saying to you is that right at this moment, will you understand that we're all still with you and we know that you're doing the best that you can and that it will get taken care of? I'm trying to get you to see if there's any way that you can just take a couple steps back with your stress level. That's all I'm asking. Because that's what I'm observing in you.
Yeah.
As your friend.
I've been telling myself that I'm doing that, but it's difficult. I'm just going to be,
I know.
Look, I've never known anyone to get cancer who have said to me, you know what? I got cancer, but no big deal. It came at a convenient time.
Of course, it's never going to happen that way.
Those words have never been cancer.
Not about any illness or any accident or anything that life throws your way. It never comes at like, well, I didn't have anything else to do but heal.
Yeah, but I got cancer. It's no big deal. The deal with me is cancer came again. And there's no convenient time. If this whole problem was fixed at purevitaminclub.com, I got a freaking movie that came out 2 weeks ago. By the time this, it's coming out this Friday. Look, all of that stuff, all of it.
It's craziness.
Of all times for this to come back after 17 years, literally almost on the date when I'm getting ready to drop a movie, the first movie I'm dropping myself. I haven't gone through a distributor, so I have all of that.
Yep.
Right. And at the last minute, Bo's, tying up everything with the attorneys to make sure, everything is in place, putting a bow on everything. None of it is easy.
No.
It's stressful when life is okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So, I'm not crying because, man, there are people. I remember the last time I went through cancer. My client, Brad Garrett, who I think do you know Brad Garrett?
Yeah.
Big voiceover guy.
He used to date, we know.
Yeah, a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Brad, you guys would know him. He was the brother on Everybody Loves Raymond, a big tall guy. According to the Fonz on the internet, he wasn't 6'11" either. I think Brad was probably like 6'6". Big guy. Yeah. Just a big lovable teddy bear. And he had a charity called Maximum Hope that he started, named after his two kids, Maximilian and Hope. And all the money, 100% of the money went to people who had cancer and couldn't afford it. Like there was one kid, this story, I still think about this kid. His mom had to work. Dad was out of the picture. I don't know if dad was dead or living in Florida, skipping payments or whatever. Mom had to work. Kid had horrible cancer, just dying pretty much. Didn't have insurance, getting chemo, and didn't have a bed. Just laying on the couch all day because mom had to go to work and trying to fend for himself. This kid, throwing up, hair gone, the whole thing, everything you can imagine. Can you imagine this? Didn't have a bed to sleep in. And then, Brad Garrett and company would go quietly, from the thing. They didn't just go give money. They would go and buy a bed, go set it up.
Yeah.
Buy food for the fridge, everything, and get all the money back. Right. I think about that kind of thing all the time. How lucky I am. We can sit here and go, oh, life is stressful and I can't get vitamin D. And oh my God, I have a movie coming out. Boy, you know what? I'm a wimp compared. I mean, these people, and I was at the cancer center. You see you see who's not going to make it.
Right.
Right. You see them. I'm looking at these people. Nothing is more depressing than an infusion center. Nothing.
Right.
You just see it. You see the people, you see what's going on, and it's just not, it's not a place where you want to be. It's just not.
No.
I can't.
Well, you're handling it really well. I just wanted to say, because, we talk about what are you eating? What are you exercising? What do you do? But mindset, as you know, is everything. So just doing the mental health check-in.
Yeah. Mentally, I'm doing great. And on top of everything else, Serena had to go to England.
Yeah, she had a tragedy in the family.
Business called, and she had to go. So I'm here alone, and yay, we have a new puppy.
Can you go to Harris Teeter?
I have to now. I have to go get my own food now.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, she was going.
Feed yourself.
Yeah. So, but it's pretty good. When I go, I'm not going to the other places. I'm buying everything from the teat because I can walk straight in the store and stay away from people. I don't have to go down an aisle. I can do an end around through produce, stay away from people, go right to the counter. I need either, ground beef or that steak or that fish or, whatever. Tonight's going to be fish night. Last night was red meat. And I just get what I need. I come home, I throw it on the grill, Anna Vocino, boom, I drop Anna Vocino on top. And next thing you know,
I make it salty.
Oh, she makes it very, very salty. Yeah, it's good. I never knew that, when you first did that, I don't know why you call it barbecue sauce. It should be everything sauce. Yeah.
Well, no, we're about to launch what we're calling the salt dust. We were calling it everyday dust, but now we're calling it salt dust because I've been using it everywhere where you use salt. Yeah. It's so good. Really? Sorry, I'm very enthusiastic about it. So we're changing
what you're doing.
I didn't think I could come up with a fourth spice mix that was as good or even better than the three that exist, but I have.
I have an idea for you off the air.
Okay.
Remind me. I'm going to write it down right here.
I know we're going to wrap this up, but let me go ahead and ask Carol's question.
All right.
Because I get this question a lot on the internet, and then I want to hear your input. Carol asks, and I've spoken with Carol on the phone, because I, like you, will just pick up the phone and call people when there's a customer service issue and get clarity. And it's always shocking when people are like, wait, this is really Anna? I'm like, well, you recognize my voice. You listen to the podcast. It's really Anna calling you. Yeah. Please do a little blip on vinegar, specifically balsamic vinegar, as to it being NSNG compliant or not, and how to tell. Always lots of questions about that with answers that are the entire spectrum in between yes and no.
Okay. We need to clarify vinegar. So if we're talking about...
Hold on. I'm going to field this one, and then you are going to clean up. You see what I'm saying?
Before you field it, can I add to her question?
Yes.
Okay, you can answer this too. Can we call balsamic vinegar just the real stuff that comes from Modena instead of just any?
It's like champagne is only champagne if it's made in the Champagne region.
Right. Are we talking about bullshit or are we talking about actual stuff from Modena?
Balsamic vinegar has become like Kleenex. It's not necessarily Kleenex if it's not Kleenex brand, right?
Right.
So there's a place called Modena in Italy where they make the balsamic vinegar, and it's aged a long time, and it's grape must, red wine grape must, and it ferments until it turns into vinegar in these oak barrels. It should not have any added sugar. It's a natural fermentation process. They shouldn't even add any sugar to ferment it like they do with some cheap wines. They should not do that. The way that you can tell from the ingredients, by the way, so let me say, now balsamic vinegar means a specific aged red wine vinegar that's a little darker and a little thicker than regular red wine vinegar, which is aged for like 2 seconds and pasteurized and then put on the shelf. Okay. So if you're getting balsamic vinegar that's not from Modena, that is just labeled balsamic vinegar, you can check the label. Make sure there's no sugar added. If it's just grape must or red wine vinegar, you're fine. If you're at all in doubt, if you buy it and it tastes very sweet, they have added sugar, 1000%. But the reason why I wanted to comment on this is because whether it's red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, sometimes called white balsamic vinegar, sherry wine vinegar, rice wine vinegar, rice vinegar, any of the vinegars, distilled white vinegar, which is usually distilled from grain, they're vinegars, they are distilled. There should be very little champagne vinegar. There should be very, very little residual sugar in the vinegars and no added sugar. When you're using vinegar in a recipe, and vinegar and tart and what's it called? Acid. Acid is very important as a component to many, many dishes. If you're roasting a roast, you want to put some acid in there, or even making chicken broth or chicken stock, you want to put acid in there. Apple cider vinegar is another one. You want to put vinegar in there because it helps break down the muscle fibers and tissues, the collagen and the bones. It helps break stuff down. Acid helps your salad dressing by adding some brightness to it, so it's not just oil, it's not heavy. Acid adds brightness to something, but you don't add that much of it to a dish. So if you're buying high quality vinegars that say grape must and that's it, then you're going to be fine. I don't see a world where people are mainlining and drinking balsamic vinegar. Now, do not cheat and go say, well, this is balsamic glaze. You know full well if it has the word glaze on that package, it has added sugar. Glaze equals sugar. So I want to throw that out there. We do not need to be phobic about vinegars. It's actually there's a lot of good bacteria in vinegars. That's why you want that stuff to help feed your gut bacteria, but you don't need to overdo it. Just use it in the natural course of recipes and dishes, and you're going to be fine. So that's my piece on vinegar, and I'm sure Vinnie has stuff to fill in the gaps.
No, you covered it, but that's why I started with the Modena thing, because what they're making there is not the same as when people go, oh, I have balsamic vinegar from, I don't know, name the place. Even like a Whole Foods or something, it might not be the real thing.
Oh, you can see like a 365 vinegar versus the viscosity of a Modena vinegar. Like they have different viscosities because they are aged and they get a little thicker. But if it's like a glaze, that's not it. Trust me, that's not it. Sure, it tastes amazing because it's like putting candy on your food, but you don't want that.
Yeah, no, you want the real stuff.
You want the extra stuff. So thank you for letting me field a question. Wow.
No, look, that you did a much better job than I could have ever done. I understand that acid is very important in cooking. I just don't know how to cook to make things, taste the way they're supposed to taste.
Well, and also too, in going NSNG, a lot of European cooking uses leftover red wine and white wine, depending on the application.
Right.
There's nothing, I know you've said there's nothing wrong with putting wine and reducing it, and it cooks off the alcohol and it cooks down the stuff. Nope. And honestly, you're not going to get wasted from eating a, boeuf bourguignon or coq au vin or like whatever you're putting the wine in. However, I know there's a lot of people, once they go NSNG, they want to not have any alcohol. So I have figured out ways using vinegar mixed with chicken broth to mimic that same like depth of flavor that you get from adding wine. And then I also love, because we don't finish bottles of wine, but we buy really nice wine because we live in wine country. So I have mason jars all in the cabinet of, this is the Syrah, this is the Pinot, and they've turned into these beautiful red wine vinegars that I think are better than any balsamic that I buy on the shelf other than the ones from Italy. So that's how I like to utilize that stuff. And that hopefully gives you ideas at home to do too.
Now I want a good boeuf bourguignon.
I know, me too.
As soon as you hear it, and you want to talk about something that makes you feel good when you eat it. Like, oh my God. Like as soon as you said that, a calm went over. Every time I get stressed, I'm going to think about that.
You know what, Vinnie?
Arm went over my body. I went,
I've never published my boeuf bourguignon. Maybe I'll save that for, by the way, there's a 4th cookbook in the works, and I blame you.
You know what? Put it in the 4th cookbook. You blame
I
me.
blame you.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I keep making documentaries. You got
Yes.
cookbook.
Yeah. No, my book agent called me. She goes, well, I pitched these books. Are you ready to do another thing? And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you believe we're still doing this after 12 years?
I haven't even launched the 3rd cookbook yet.
I know. That's the crazy thing. It's like they keep working us like rented mules. Yeah.
But the boeuf bourguignon is very important. And I want to put in there about how
my God.
get your own red wine vinegar.
And until Anna puts that out, I think, what was her name? Julia Childs has a great.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Hers is the gold standard.
Yeah. It's the one.
Hers takes 2 days or more.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, I'm like, I don't got all that time.
The meat is so tender. It's so tender.
Your meat is so tender.
You got tender meat.
I want to taste your tender meat.
Oh, God.
Hey, Vinnie, I want everybody to go give reviews of Dirty Keto. Go buy Dirty Keto on Amazon and then watch it and then write a review, a 5-star.
Yeah, well, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Now, Anna, you know what you got me thinking of? You know what's on my mind right now?
Tender meat.
I love, hamburger just comes right in the middle of like all of these very sophisticated.
Hamburger. Also, I noticed his cheeks and his lips are really relaxed. Hamburger.
Beef bourguignon.
Beef bourguignon. Steak Diane.
And then he falls right into.
You sound like if Sling Blade was doing Sam Elliott.
And then he falls right into beef burrito. I mean, it's like that's.
I know. Beef burritos.
Yeah.
Burritos.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him. I love it. I love that man. He is a national treasure.
That never gets old. I watched a movie the other night that I had seen before just to watch him again. And it's not even a good movie. It's like the worst movie ever.
Which one?
It's Blythe Danner, and she's single, and she's like older and single, and I guess her husband had died years before, and she's just got this horrible single life. But she she meets Sam Elliott, and he always has a cigar in his mouth the entire time, but it's never been burnt. And it's never been lit.
Okay.
And the whole movie, you're just watching him, and the cigar's in his mouth and it's out of his. It's like at some point, is he going to light that thing up? And at one point, she goes, "You ever light that thing?" He goes, "No, I'm just trying to be healthy."
That's awesome.
It's the worst movie ever, but he's in it, so you got to watch it.
I'm going to say a sentence that's going to make you angry with me.
Go on.
I still haven't watched Vision Quest.
Are you serious?
Oh God, that's worse than I thought it was going to be. Oh, he's furious.
No one watches Vision Quest that I tell to watch Vision Quest. What?
Why?
It's a great movie.
But why does nobody listen to you and watch Vision Quest?
Nobody listens to me anyway. If they did,
we do.
Listen. I don't know, Anna. Why haven't you watched it?
I forgot. But it's on my list. It is on my list. I just watched Bodkin on Netflix. The Irish one wasn't as good as Bad Sisters. But it was good. I'm distracting.
I don't get why I've asked you to do. How many things have I asked you to do in my life? How many times?
Oh, like a million things. You've asked me to do.
Let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
do a podcast with me.
Now you should do a cookbook. Hey, you know what? Call so-and-so. Hey, email so-and-so. Hey, let's do an extra podcast.
Okay. You might have a point.
Hey, we're not doing enough podcasts. Let's do more podcasts.
Okay. You might have a point.
Hey, will you fly and meet me in Texas and let's do this thing?
I don't want to do this alone. They want me to come to Texas, and would you please come? I don't want to
So
have
yeah,
to
Vision. I'll do Vision Quest. I will.
Okay, will you do it before we record again? I need
I'm
it.
going to Texas on Friday.
Okay, what's wrong with tonight? Is tonight broken?
Tonight,
What are you doing tonight?
I have a meeting with Matt and Todd from 7 to 8.
Okay, 8:15 is wide open as far as I can see.
So you're expecting me to stay awake past 9:30 p.m. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, well, if you just turn it on, you will be.
And then I fulfilled my obligation.
No, you won't be able to turn it off.
Oh, I thought you say I could just turn it on and go sleep.
No. One Mr. Matthew
I
Modine will
won't.
keep you captivated.
He will.
Oh yeah, for at least an hour and 35 minutes.
By the way, follow up to my John Corbett Bo Derek story.
Oh,
I told Andrea the story. Well, Andrea's like, "Oh, I know him. He lives on my street." And I was like, "Oh God," because Andrea can't keep a secret. So sure enough, she saw him and Bo walking on the street, and she was parking her car. She's like, "Hey, my friends filmed you the other night," and they were laughing about it. And I was like, "Ooh,
What's wrong?
Fine."
Like, how many things are wrong with her?
She just can't. She just doesn't. She just is like, don't. She's like, don't tell me secrets, because if you have a secret, I'm telling everybody.
Unbelievable. I love her to death, by the way.
She's the best.
Anna, Villa Capelli olive oil.
Oh my God.
Sponsoring this show for 1,000,000 years.
It is back in stock.
Yes, it is. But get it. Look, folks, don't say, hey, I checked, it's out of stock. They don't sell an olive oil before it's time. They won't pick them early.
The decanter.
They won't go to Spain and get that cheap ass olive oil and bring it over. They won't cut it with seed oils. You have to wait until the trees produce, and then you get the oil, and then you rock and roll. You
got to get this decanter too. The one that I have on my counter now. They're selling it at the site.
Villa Capelli olive oil. You want to save some money? Put in promo code Vinnie, VINNIE. You'll get what? Oh, just 10% off. If you spend just north of $140, you get the 10% off. That's $14. And then you still qualify for free shipping because you're over $125 total.
That's right.
So spend $140 and the savings will just multiply.
Oh, look what's back in stock. The olive oil and red wine vinegar set. Their red wine vinegar is really good. And it's $43. It's on sale.
I've never had it.
It's really good.
Well, Anna, if you add $43 to the 3-liter tin, which will last you north of a year, unless you're me and you bathe in it, then you're good to go.
Yeah. Get the 3-liter tin, and then you get this set. So it has the 750 milliliter bottle, and you can keep decanting the 3-liter tin into the bottle.
Yeah.
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 They have the garlic oil back in. Oh my God. The lemon oil is to die for.
The KTM, do they still make the KTM?
They don't make the KTM. I wish I could get him to make the KTM. The lemon oil I love because I will do like, so you know my 3-to-1 ratio with the olive oil and the salad dressings.
Mm-hmm.
If you do 2 tablespoons of regular olive oil and 1 tablespoon of the lemon oil, it gives it just enough like brightness to it. It's really good.
Yeah.
Nice variation on your dressing.
All right. So
see, this is what I like to do, Vinny. When I go, people go shopping or they go eat like, oh, I'm going to go have the pastry or the thing or whatever. I go straight to the olive oils and that's what I like to treat myself with. Olive oils and vinegars, things like that. Villa Capelli is clean. It's beautiful. It's pure. Use the discount code Vinnie, VINNIE. You'll get 10% off your order each and every time. Vinny already gave you the tip about the cart size. Size matters.
Yeah.
Size matters.
I've been hearing that my entire life.
That's right.
Yep. Go check out everything Anna Vocino's doing. We were talking about all of her wonderful powders. I now use her barbecue powder, the dust, on my fish.
Are you going to put tonight, are you going to do the dill or the barbecue on your fish?
I normally do the barbecue. What I do with the dill, if let's say I get a cod. Oh wait, did I say?
Oh yeah.
It's the billionaire Don Connington's Friday 5 o'clock blast off.
If I get a cod or any of the whitefish,
right,
I tend not to put your powder,
barbecue.
I'll just use lemon and salt and black pepper. But then
But
on
then
the
you should
side,
finish it.
no, on the side, I make I take the creme fraiche and I mix the dill in, and I have a little side thing to dip it in.
If you want to put lemon and then chop up some dill pickles, you have a tartar sauce.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You're 2 inches away from tartar sauce.
Yeah. And by the way, we're going to be rebranding. We're repackaging into tins. We have to sell out the canisters first. But we're rebranding. Everything is going to be dust. And I blame you. Again, this is your fault.
Baby. Look, you're making incredible products.
We're going to call it, instead of dill dust, because you know what that sounds like. We're rebranding it to ranch dust. And here's why. There's confusion with dill. People think, what's the dill? They don't know that dill is the main flavor component in ranch. But people think, I don't like dill, but you like ranch, so you do like dill.
Yeah, everybody in the Midwest, you know what they say.
Put ranch on everything.
Put ranch on everything in the Midwest.
But even, you know.
Oh, yeah, they do that. They do that.
Oh, they do that.
Oh,
Kurt.
Yeah. Kurt does it.
He's pervert Kurt.
No, that's not pervert. They call him normal where he is. It's just normal.
In normal Dakota?
Yeah. Absolutely normal Dakota. So go to eathappykitchen.com. Sign up for her cookbook, the Italian version coming out. Pre-order.
Oh, yeah. Pre-order the book. I'm supposed to say that every podcast, and I forget every podcast.
That's why I try to remember.
Yeah, thank you.
I still have the idea written down here whenever the mics go cold.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. With me, folks, right now we're pushing a movie. Just go to Amazon, get Dirty Keto, the movie. Have you seen the poster yet, Anna?
No.
I normally don't show the poster too much because not until it comes out. See if I can find a poster for you.
Did you reserve the website?
I don't know how that works. I wish.
No, you didn't. I just went to dirtyketo.com.
Here you go. You want to see the poster?
Yeah.
How cool.
That's great.
Come on.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's the Dirty Keto poster. We're going to be showing that a bunch once the movie comes out. That's the thing. You can't show anything before it comes out because people go, where is it? I don't know where it is. Yeah, everybody's so right now that and Amazon's not giving us an exact, but by the time you hear this, the movie's been out for a while. Rent it, rate it, review it. The 3 R's. Rent, rate, review.
Rent, rate, review.
Yeah. Give it a 5-star and give it a nice review, even if you hate it.
Especially if you hate it. Say how much you loved it.
So,
am I wrong?
Yeah. Just do Uncle Vinnie a favor. Come on. So, on behalf of Miss Anna Vocino and the movie she will watch tonight, my name is Vinnie Tortorich. Put life into living, and let's do it with Red Ryder and Lunatic Friend.